If I have seen further, it is by standing on the shoulders of giants. I can calculate the motion of heavenly bodies, but not the madness of people. Nature is pleased with simplicity, and nature is no dummy. What we know is a drop, what we don't know is an ocean. Tact is the knack of making a point, without making an enemy. Gravity explains the motions of the planets, but it cannot explain who sets the planets in motion. Truth is ever to be found in the simplicity, and not in the multiplicity and confusion of things. A man may imagine things that are false, but he can only understand things that are true. If I have ever made any valuable discoveries, it has been due more to patient attention than to any other talent. What goes up must come down. And to every action, there is always an equal and opposite or contrary reaction. He who thinks half-heartedly will not believe in God, but he who really thinks has to believe in God. Live your life as an exclamation, rather than an explanation. You have to make the rules, not follow them. To myself, I am only a child playing on the beach, while vast oceans of truth lie undiscovered before me. If I have seen further than others, it is by standing upon the shoulders of giants. Whence arises all that order and beauty we see in the world? To explain all nature is too difficult a task for any one man, or even for any one age. Plato is my friend, Aristotle is my friend, but my greatest friend is truth. If I had been able to see further, it was only because I stood on the shoulders of giants. Yet one thing secures us whatever betide, the Scriptures assures us that, the Lord will provide. Truth is the offspring of silence and meditation. I keep the subject constantly before me, and wait till the first dawning opens slowly, by little and little, into a full and clear light. In the absence of any other proof, the thumb alone would convince me of God's existence. To every action, there is always opposed an equal reaction. There are more sure marks of authenticity in the Bible than in any profane history. If others would think as hard as I did, then they would get similar results. I can calculate the motion of heavenly bodies, but not the madness of people. As a blind man has no idea of colors, so have we no idea of the manner by which the all-wise God perceives and understands all things. If I have done great things, it is because I was standing in the closet of smart men, taking notes, and then publishing their ideas as my own. all-wise God perceives and understands all things. If I have done great things, it's because I was standing in the closet of smart men, taking notes, and then publishing their ideas as my own. A man may imagine things that are false, but he can only understand things that are true, for if the things be false, the apprehension of them is not understanding. The more time and devotion one spends in the worship of false gods, the less he is able to spend in that of the true one. This most elegant system of the sun, planets, and comets could not have arisen without the design and dominion of an intelligent and powerful being. We account the scriptures of God to be the most sublime philosophy. I find more sure marks of authenticity in the Bible than in any profane history whatever. We are to admit no more causes of natural things than such as are both true and sufficient to explain their appearances. Atheism is so senseless. When I look at the solar system, I see the Earth at the right distance from the Sun to receive the proper amounts of heat and light. This did not happen by chance. If I have come further, it is by standing on the shoulders of giants. To explain all nature is too difficult a task for any one man, or even for any one age. It is much better to do a little with certainty, and leave the rest for others, who come after you. Gravity must be caused by an agent, acting constantly according to certain laws, but whether this agent be material or immaterial, I have left to the consideration of my readers. I can calculate the motion of heavenly bodies, but not the madness of people. Truth is ever to be found in simplicity, and not in the multiplicity and confusion of things. Imagination is more important than knowledge, for knowledge is limited, whereas imagination embraces the entire world, stimulating progress, giving birth to evolution. Nature is exceedingly simple and harmonious with itself. No sciences are better attested than the religion of the Bible. I keep the subject constantly before me and wait till the first dawning, open little by little into the full light. What the space that is empty of bodies is filled with. Philosophy is such an impertinently litigious lady, that a man had as good be engaged in lawsuits, as have to do with her. Are not gross bodies and light convertible into one another, and may not bodies receive much of their activity from the particles of light, which enter their composition? Gravity explains the motions of the planets, but it cannot explain who sets the planets in motion. If I have seen farther than others, it is because I was standing on the shoulders of giants.